In Fluorite version 10, we made a number of improvements within the process designer, and you will see that in our revision history or the version history on our documentation site for Fluorite version 10. So one of the biggest things we did was we optimized how we store variables, mainly for performance, scalability, and for storage. We have a 90% reduction in size now for storing variables and values. We also implemented machine learning to predict a next step. So let me show you that. Let's go ahead and open one of the processes. So here's a simple process that I have. Basically gets weather data using a web service call. If I right click on this particular step, I have this option now called predict next step. And we use machine learning to learn from your processes and then predict what should come next. So you can see the different steps here, and you can also see the percentage. So based on your data that's sitting in my database from machine learning, it tells me that there's an 8% chance of this step being the next step. So I can actually select this step and I can apply this step. So you'll see there's a select button here, and click on this, and the step is automatically added and connected to your process. And a couple of other features we have added is if you look at this particular step, before we only had 4 ports. We had north, south, east, west ports. Now we actually have 8 more ports. So you can see even the corners support ports. So I can actually drag from here. And each one of these ports supports up to 4 connections. So you can have many more connections now, and also you don't have to drag them and connect them to just the middle port here. You can have many of them. So another feature that we have on this designer is you can actually lock this particular step from movement. So you can see now I can select everything, and I can drag, and it will now move. Which will, that particular step will be locked from moving. I can move it like this, I can move it like this, and you can see the connection will redraw itself once it's moved. And so this comes in handy if you, in large workflows, if you don't want to, have some of these controls move, you can lock them. You can also go and unlock it, and you can remove the lock here. And the next one we have is on each of these steps. We also have, you will see that if you go into logging, you can also set the state and the percent completed. So you can give, your own state value that you want to track and use as the process continues. And you can also give a percent completed value also. And this will be recorded within against that particular instance that you run. Another enhancement we have is remembering the process variables and globals. So if I run this, if I save this, and if I create an instance, so let's create this, and I'm going to give some data. I'm just going to give the data called, let's say, this is a test text, and I'm going to go ahead and create and execute an instance. And now if I go back and create another instance and generate, you will see that it remembered the previous values that I entered, so I don't have to type it again into this, so it will automatically remember that, and I can just run this and create another instance. So those are some of the enhancements we made in Fluorite version 10. Hope you enjoy them, and hope it makes it easy for you to use the product. Thank you for watching.